Let's talk about how to get high limit business credit card approvals. So I had a question from someone that's in the credit industry. She's cool. And I was just giving her game as far as how we've been able to get high limit business credit card approvals. And I think this will definitely help you if you're a small business owner that's just looking for extra capital, or if you're a credit repair business owner and you're looking to transition into the business funding aspect to help you scale your business, or if you're just getting baby limit approvals and you're trying to get to the next level. So let's get straight to it. So I put a screenshot here just as, I guess testimonial, because I know some of y'all are new. Some of y'all don't know who I am. Some of y'all don't know that I'll be changing lives and all that. So this is one of my clients in my 10K mentorship. So he basically funded his client 75K on a Chase business credit card. We do 10% payout. So he made $7,500 on helping his client secure that limit. So just keep that in mind that this is very real out here. So who is this video for? It's for credit repair business owners that are looking to scale their business with business funding. Maybe you're tired of just doing the credit repair aspect. And then it's also for small business owners that want access to as much capital as possible. So I'm going to go over some things that'll definitely help you on your DIY journey. Or if you want to work with us, there'll be a link in the description. We can get you with our connections and help you get those high approvals if you qualify. So speaking of qualifying, we want to make sure we build an attractive credit profile. So what does that include? Basics, 100% payment history, as you should already know. You should have no negative items. You should have single digit utilization rate. What does that mean? So 9% or less. They say average is 30%. You can get away with that. I'm gonna be transparent. I've spoken with some of my bank relationship managers. They've been like, okay, 20% is good and all that. But when we talk about maximizing the business funding, I don't want to see double digits on that utilization rate. So that's what I say when I'm taking on clients. And I encourage you to do the same thing. We want to have diverse accounts, good credit mix. So this includes personal loans, primary accounts in your name, auto loans, student loans. Y'all know the drill. Go watch my channel, how to fix your credit, all that. We talked about that 20, 30, 50,000 different times. So average age, you want at least 4 to 5 years. And if you're like, if your credit is where it's like super new or your client is super new, you can get an authorized user trade line. Some of y'all know about that. But in my opinion, that's the last possible thing that you want to do. Like everything else should be on point before you add that authorized user trade line. And do your due diligence. It could take maybe 30, 45, 60 days before it actually hits the report. But this is just what you want to be aware of when it comes to structuring your personal profile. Because I believe in doing the PG, personal guarantee. Like all those people that say, oh, no, PG, I feel like that's a poor mentality to have. When I say poor, passing over the opportunity repeatedly, because you're missing out on an opportunity to leverage your personal credit, which should be good, because you're thinking like, okay, if I don't PG it, it's just in the business name. And to me, that seems like somebody that's not confident in the investment that they're about to make, right? So keep that in mind. You want to have 2 personal credit cards that have at least 5K limits and at least 6 months of history. This is a situation that I've seen a lot of times. People will be like, oh, I don't have any credit cards, but I want to get business funding. It's possible you can get business funding, but some people will be like, should I go get, new credit cards, $25,000 Navy Federal, etc., and then I apply for the business funding? The issue with that is your credit is going to be new, right? So it's like when I'm talking about BRMs, if I'm like, oh, this person just opened up this new credit card, sometimes they want to see at least a couple months, 3 months of usage. So you see the problem in that if you just have a new personal credit card. So if you're in that situation, just keep that in mind as you're going about your situation. It's not just about the limits on them. The limits are important, of course, but you want to also make sure that they're aged. At least 6 months is my recommendation. Speaking of comparable credit, let's talk about it. So comparable credit is definitely a thing. We got to understand that credit is risk. If you don't know what comparable credit means, it goes back to what I was just saying when I'm talking to my bank relationship managers. They want to measure what you currently have to determine what they confidently can feel they can lend you out, right? So just I think y'all get it, but just think about it like that. So again, the banks will judge your willingness to pay based on the current limits you're maintaining and how well your business is doing. That second part is important because when I was talking with my homegirl that's also in the credit industry, I was telling her that majority of our clients they're already established business owners, are already making at least $500,000 per year in their business. So think about it. If you're a new business versus someone that's already established, they've been making 500 to 700K per year the last 2 years. Who do you think the bank is going to trust with more money, right? So just look at it in that aspect as well. So when y'all see my IG, y'all see the YouTube, the approvals that we're doing and all that, the transparent part, I got to say, some of these businesses are already established. They're not all new businesses. And we like to work with the businesses that are more established because obviously it makes our job more easy and easier to give you capital. So think about it too. Let's say you got one credit card with a $1,000 limit versus somebody else that has 3 personal credit cards. They got limits anywhere from 10,000 to 25,000. Let's even go furthermore. Let's say you got that one credit card that has $1,000 limit. You just got it 1 month ago versus the other person. They got it like they've had those cards for like maybe a year, 2 years, and all that. You see that person's gonna get. They're more likely going to get more money than you because they've established that trust. Credit is a risk, right? So y'all got to look at it from a logical perspective. Imagine this was your money you're lending out. Would you trust to lend out money to that person? This person is saying, oh, I got a new business. I'm trying to start a new business. I'm trying to do this versus someone that already has a proven track record history. So think about it like that. So yeah, new business with 0 income versus a 2-year business with a track record of at least $500,000 in revenue year after year. This is data based. This is data driven. Obviously, with the algorithm, sometimes they might do some weird stuff, but in most cases, the person that actually is established is going to get more money. That's just how it works, right? So we can be in our feelings about it, or we could just understand the name of the game and adjust accordingly. That's what you could do. Industry matters. The industry that you are in will determine how willing the banks are going to lend to you. So some of y'all may know, but trucking is high risk, right? Business consulting, for example, is low risk. That's one that we like to work with. So just keep that in mind as you're going about your naming of your business and all that stuff. And the nature of your business, what you do. They have something called a NAICS code, NAICS code. That's how your business is classified, but I don't want to make this video too technical, so let's continue. So when you're going about it, I want you to have the mindset of, let me focus on my current relationships, right? When you're doing it for yourself, your client, whoever. To maximize your business funding, take advantage of your current relationships. Why is that important? Because someone that knows you is going to be more willing to lend to you again. Y'all got to look at it like it's very simple. Credit is risk. Your homie that knows you versus someone that don't know you from nowhere. So Chase Bank, let's say you got a personal credit card. Okay, that's your homie. Now you should go get a business credit card from them because they already know you. For example, so I showed y'all my student in my 10K mentorship. He got his client a 75K business credit card from Chase. Transparency. That client, I saw that the client already had a Chase personal credit card. So I told him to structure it the way that we structure it and connect with my bank relationship manager that I give the 10K students. Oh yeah, I give them like I said, I give them Chase plug. So it's like no excuse not to make money in that program. But that's for current credit repair business owners looking to scale. So Chase Bank personal credit card, go get a business credit card. That's my recommendation because they already know you, right? Versus somebody that's just like newly applying with Bank of America as a nobody. If you're a nobody to these banks, it's not going to be every case, but if you're a nobody to these banks, you're going to not get as much money as somebody that's already established a relationship with them. Speaking of relationships, credit unions be giving out the bag. So take advantage of them. Look at your area right now and then just type local credit union or something like that. And then you can go to a place like Bank Branch Locator. I use that to do a lot of my research when I'm getting funding for clients, and that'll help you as well. So my next point is how you apply matters. So you want to think about your approval like you're getting inside an exclusive party. This is the simplest example I can give y'all, right? So like literally just logically think about it. Remember, we're thinking logically. We're not thinking emotionally. Like, oh, I should get this. I should get that. No entitlement here. Entitlement is for poor people, right? Y'all that's watching my channel, y'all are business owners. Y'all are rich. Y'all are super amazing. So are you likely to get more respect inside a party with knowing nobody? Or if someone the party owner knows speaks highly of you? If you got at least two brain cells, it's a pretty self-explanatory, right? If you know someone in there, you're gonna get access. So I say that to say, yes, it's true. Some people might be like, oh, I can just apply by myself online. Yes, that's very true, but it's always more powerful with a cosign from a trusted resource. And what is that? A term I've been speaking about a lot in this video, bank relationship manager. I literally got the phone numbers, emails of a lot of bank relationship managers I work with to get my clients these high limit approvals. So I say that to say, I get my clients approved for high limits because I do go through BRMs. And you got to look at it like this. I'm literally getting my client a recommendation letter basically from being basically from a highly respected employee, which is the BRM, right? So you got to think about that scenario and what's going on there versus like, let's say you just a nobody that's just applying online. Or even if you have an account and you're applying with them, it's always more powerful when you have someone that literally works inside the bank, right? Anyone that knows common sense, you know that, right? This is not rocket science. So just understand it is what it is. So I just wanted to show y'all like the power of it. So this was a 50K limit credit card approval. This is a text from one of my BRMs. So he was basically saying, hi, Michael, the credit card was approved. I left. I blanked out the client's name, a message. We only went for one card for 50,000. So $50,000 approval. I said, nice. And then basically you got to understand that I've been working with this bank relationship manager for some time, and they're a high position in their company, right? And this is a very good bank as well. So I mean, it's pretty common sense what I'm saying. Like when you have those relationships with the bank relationship managers, it's going to be better. And then again, I just referenced this is taken directly from my IG. I teach my 10K students how to primarily do business funding through bank relationship managers, BRMs. The client got a $50,000 credit card. They were at 100,000 funded so far at that point, and I said we weren't even done yet. So that $50,000 card, if you're a credit repair business owner, or just a business owner that's helping people do this, at a 10% success fee, you just made $5,000 on that. I'm making money by being a middleman. So I encourage you, if you're a credit repair business owner right now, you tired of dealing with those low paying $500, $300, $700 clients, look into business funding like ASAP, because it's a really good way to make money. We obviously have our credit repair service, more so focusing just on collections right now, but there's nothing like business funding. I don't know how else to explain it. So this is also a text from one of my BRMs. We were talking about getting $100,000 on one card for one of my clients. Keep in mind, this was an established client, right? So he got back to me. He said, hi, Michael, my credit card guy came back today. He said 100,000 can be doable, blah, blah, blah. He was going to send me an email, start the process. I said, sound great. I'll check my email shortly. So that could be you $100,000 at 0% interest if you have the right connections. And then I say that to say it's not just credit cards that you can get funding from. So I funded my client 275,000, and at 10%, I received $27,500. So damn near $30,000 for just this information and having the relationships, right? You see, I sent the text to the client. So that was for a loan. Different client, 200,000, funding my client 200,000 for 20K payout as well, right? So you look at just these two alone, 20K plus this 27,500. That's damn near $50,000 just based off of relationships, right? And it didn't even take much work. Yeah, like y'all got to realize, like if you develop a high income skill, you're gonna never have to worry about money ever again. So keep that in mind if you're looking to help people get funding. But if you're looking to get funding for yourself, just take everything I'm saying in this video into consideration as far as establishing those relationships, right? So keep that in mind. So yeah. I know some people, they'll be like, oh, I can just establish a BRM relationship. I don't need to go through you or something like that. That's cool, right? You know, you can be in your ego or whatever. It is what it is. You can go, it's true, you can go establish relationships with BRMs right now. But let me ask you this. How can you compare yourself to someone that's been doing this for years, right? I've literally built these connections over long period of time, funding client after client after client. If you just go try to establish a relationship with a BRM right now, okay, cool, you established the relationship, but they don't know you, they don't trust you yet. So you're gonna go through your approval or whatever. Maybe you get a high limit approval, that's cool. Maybe you don't. So it's like you got to understand that relationships are built over time. This is why people hire us, you know. So relationships are built over time. So your action item, you can do everything I said in this video and try to figure it out on your own with no banking relationships or new banking relationships that you establish. Or the smart investor will literally just click the link in the description and book a call to use our seasoned relationships and get the funding that you need. Make sure your credit got no negatives and is built the way that I told you all to build it, which is, where is that? Which is right here, right? So make sure you have all this. If you have all that, you're gonna have at least a 700, right? You'll have higher than that, but at least a 700. So with that being said, hopefully this video was beneficial. Y'all, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. If you found this beneficial, go ahead and share it with somebody and help us on our mission, man. We're trying to help fund $1 billion to small business owners. We cannot do that without you. So if you need that funding, click the link in the description and we'll be able to walk you through and possibly get you the funding you need. 0% interest, get you to the next level. Let's get it. If you want to tap into any of our mentorship programs, they'll be in the link in the description. If you're in the credit repair side, you're looking to get into the business funding side, that's cool. With that being said, y'all have a blessed one.